Oh, that's cool. Class A and Class B are hanging out together in the dorms.
And here we go.
Ashido, what are you doing to Mineta? How is it going, my heroes and villains? Sean Ross here, and welcome back to another live reaction to My Hero Academia. We are on manga chapter number 217, and the title of this week's chapter is New Power and All for One. All for One is in the title of this week's chapter. Color me very intrigued, because I was already expecting the pairing of Monoma and Eri. I was not expecting All for One. So is he going to show up at the ending of this chapter as the cliffhanger? Is someone going to mention him in some way, shape, or form? That has me really curious as to why All for One is in the title of this chapter, but also very, very excited. But I'm also excited for a whole different reason, and that is because I am no longer going to be reading the chapters off of my laptop. I got some new equipment. Behold!
Omni Kings, it is now time to turn to your god paths.
Yay!
We are on that Omni King Zeno level status right now. Got the god pad, and I love reading the chapters off of this thing. It just feels so much easier, so I am very excited to be utilizing this moving forward for all future My Hero Academia reactions. So going into this chapter and coming off of the events of chapter 216, we already know and we're expecting the pairing of Monoma and Eri, but I am really hoping that we get the conversation between Bakugo, All Might, and Deku. That needs to happen, because having Bakugo and All Might watched what happened to Deku throughout that 5th match, odds are they have a ton of questions, and I want to see them sit down and talk about it and figure out, you know, what to do moving forward, because I like the fact that Bakugo is now in on the secret, and I want to see him in on those secret meetings with All Might and Deku. So I'm hyped. You guys are all hyped. So without further ado, let's dive into chapter 217, and let's see what Horikoshi delivers upon us this chapter. Okay, so on the first page, we are starting off with some explosive action between Deku and Bakugo right here.
Hey! Deku, you bastard! Tell me how you did that or you're dead!
7 p.m. the same night. The training's over, and Bakugo is just throwing explosive hands at Deku. Deku is dodging them all. He's got his hands out and he's panicking. He's like, wait a minute, Kachan. What's the matter, huh? You scared or something? Wait, wait, wait. I'm telling you, they won't come out. So these two are training, trying to activate the Black Whip quirk right now, trying to see if it will manifest going up against Bakugo. And then down on the last panel of this page, we see All Might watching from the sidelines, and he's just screaming, stop, as he is just blurting out vomit from his mouth. That's not how it works. Both of you, calm down, and then just vomits out more blood. Wait, what are they doing? What do you mean it'll come out when he's in trouble, right? Bakugo is just itching to fight Deku right now. He's like, come on, All Might, let me have this. Let me spar against the Chosen One, and let me see if I can beat him even with his multiple quirks. You gotta love Bakugo. But All Might's like, no, calm down, Bakugo. No, this is supposed to be practiced to prevent it from activating on its own. So, how do you feel, young Midoriya? As I thought, it's not activating. Its presence has completely vanished. So Deku can't even feel the power of the Black Whip quirk currently. Like something's either blocking it or he just can't tap into it right now.
Please sit. Why don't you enjoy a cup of calming jasmine tea?
And we are flashing back to their conversation. Tea time with All Might. Okay, let's go. This is what I wanted to see right here. The predecessor's quirks and the maturation of One for All itself. I see, as he is pouring those two some tea. So, you two have been having your secret conversations here the whole time, huh? Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see you here. Now they're incorporating Bakugo, and Bakugo's like, you guys met here all the time? In secret? It's like, how come no one found this out? Well, young Bakugo is sharing the secret with us now, after all. And then, very angrily, we see Bakugo just sipping on the tea. Did you know about this, All Might? The whole thing with that black quirk. He knew nothing about it. He's in the same boat as you, Bakugo. No, I was also seeing it for the first time. A bald-headed successor. Our Hellboy vestige. As I recall, the one who came before my master was a young man with black hair. Isn't that like the best genist looking guy where he's got his collar like put up to like the bottom of his jaw covering up his mouth? So that guy was the sixth holder and he was Nana Shimura's master. So it goes that guy, Nana, All Might, and Deku. And then Hellboy is somewhere between the second and fifth holder of One for All. But the fact that One for All is endowed with the quirks of all the previous successors, my master was most likely unaware of that as well. So that makes you the first. Huh, trash? Bakugo is still insulting Deku any which way he can. Don't call people trash. That's All Might's like, don't do that, Bakugo. There had to have been something that induced it, right? Amazing. He instantly drew that conclusion and moved the conversation forward. I mean, Bakugo's gonna help any which way that he can now that he knows about the secrets. It's not like he's going to sabotage Deku. He wants Deku to get stronger so that way he can prove himself and then defeat him when Deku is very strong. And it just like solidifies that he in fact got stronger as well. No, not at all. All he said was, the time has come. The singularity. There may have been some external cause to it. Don't you think All for One is somehow involved? So that's how All for One, he gets mentioned in this chapter by Bakugo. And this is Bakugo being really smart, how he's deducing everything, you know, comparing the multiple quirks now that Deku has to the only person that they know that has that ability, which is All for One. One for All was originally derived from him, wasn't it? Possession of multiple quirks. You're just like him, don't you think? And I like these very slim panels right here of All Might and Deku. You said the exact words I least wanted to say, but for the time being. You need to become more familiar with that power, so a similar incident doesn't happen again. I'm telling you, you need to feel more like you're in danger. Just let me kick your ass around a bit more, and I'm sure it'll activate. And once you activate it, I'll beat you to a pulp, and then I'll be number one. There's that Bakugo pride. Like, he's doing this to help Deku, but also to help himself at the exact same time. And I love that panel of Bakugo right there. And All Might's like, all right, hold back your ambition for now. If it responds to my feelings, then at the time, this power is meant to be used in the future. Yeah, that's what Deku said. Like, this is something where once he gains more control over One for All, he'll be able to access and master those quirks at a future point in time. I decided that it wasn't a power that I can manage right now. Maybe that's why it feels like the power is locked away right now, in which case I should try imagining myself locking and unlocking it. That's an interesting concept, that like Deku put in a mental block for the Black Whip quirk to where mentally he feels like he shouldn't be using it right now, so it's kind of locked away, and he needs to basically think of it as locking or unlocking that quirk at will. Shit. Talk about boring, and Bakugo's like skulking out of the room as he turns around. If you can't manage it right now, then this whole thing is pointless. I'm done. Let's hit the showers. We're done here, Deku. Listening to your maturing makes my friggin' skin crawl. Oh, Bakugo. I suppose we'll call it a night. And then we just have All Might and Deku alone. Are you alright? All for One's power. I like that shot right there of Deku looking at his hand and the shading, the lines on it. Very ominous. It looks really cool, but it's like, could this factor in any way, shape, or form to All for One's power? So this is definitely developing for stuff later on, and I'm excited to see how that's going to unfold. Okay, so it looks like we're going back to the dorms. Dumbass! And we got Tetsu and Kirishima. Quit your complaining already, but you completely pulled ahead of me today. Yeah, I can withstand heat because I'm made of metal, but since I'm metal, I can also only get so hard. But unlike me, you get harder the more you're hit. We see Deku entering the dorm. His eyes are open wide. He probably walked in on the part where all he heard was, oh, I can also only get so hard. You can get harder just by getting hit. And it's like, what did I just walk in on? Phrasing people. You and I both have our own unique strengths. Ain't that right? Yeah, Tetsu, and they lock hands. The ultimate bro moments. The bro off between the two bros.
Hey man, you put up a good fight.
Oh, so chivalrous.
Oh, I love those two's bromance right there. And then we have Ida.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Just speeding into the panel. Tonight's dinner is beef stew. Oh wow, everyone from Class B is here. Oh, that's cool. Class A and Class B are hanging out together in the dorms.
And here we go.
Ashido, what are you doing to Mineta? She's reprogramming him. Clockwork Orange style. Oh man, Ashido is going all in on rehabilitating him, getting all the perverted thoughts out of Mineta's mind.
Stop it, please, I beg you!
I'm curious onto what is on the screen right now and what they're using to reprogram Mineta. And the main question is, will Mineta be different in the future chapters after this? Will Ashido be successful? Oh, that's funny. Ah, so many people are reflecting and mingling. And we got Ochiko, Su, and Toru. Hinoko is talking with Tokoyami. We see Kurohiro, the ultimate edgelords, right next to each other. Hey, do you have any pictures of Hawks? Like, from his private life? I'm guessing Hinoko is a pretty big fan of Hawks. But what does she mean by private life pictures? Well, it just so happens. How many special moves do you have? I've still only got 3. And 4. So, do you do quirk training every night before bed? Midoriya, I've been looking for you. Todoroki's been looking for Deku. Did you have 2 quirks this whole time?
What?
Did Todoroki deduce something right here? Huh? You were the one who told me to come at you with everything I had.
So come at me with all you've got!
And yet, you were still hiding your power. I have to say, I'm a little shocked. So does he kind of feel like now that he saw this happen with Deku, that he wasn't giving it his all during their match at the sports festival? No, you've got it all wrong. It's probably a quirk derivation or something, and they originated from the same quirk. Yeah, today was the first time that ever happened, and even I was surprised. I see. That must have been rough on you. Sorry for doubting you. So Deku was able to dodge that bullet right there. Things really took an unexpected turn, but you did pretty well. And then we have Bakugo down here just eating very angrily. Somehow the half and half bastard is both perceptive and dense at the same time. I mean, he's not wrong. Todoroki, did think that Deku was All Might's secret love child. He deduces a lot of the stuff that he knows from the information he has access to and also his upbringing, but he doesn't have all of the information that Bakugo had. The main one being that Deku blurted everything out to Bakugo right after their first match together. So Bakugo has that one up on Todoroki. You were amazing too, Todoroki. You become able to use your flames really well. Nah, I've got a long way to go. I'm the same as you. So that's why. He's taking out his phone right here. Did he actually text back Endeavor?
Shoto.
Okay, we are switching back to Endeavor. I'm going to keep climbing even higher. Endeavor is looking at his phone while doing hero work. He is grabbing a villain by the face, and he's like, hold on a second, I have a text from my son. One moment, please. So yeah, Shoto did respond to him. There's a few things I'd like you to teach me about Flashfire. So that's the name of the ultimate move. It's a good name, honestly. I never would have thought that you'd be the one to ask me about it. And it cuts away right here, but you know, Endeavor had a Shoto moment. He looked at that message and was like, Shoto! And then the villain's like, what is going on right here? As he's just being held by the face. So transitioning away from Endeavor, the next day, the UA meeting room. So it's decided then. Okay, so the faculty is reviewing what Shinzo did during the battle training. I'll take care of the necessary documents. You all can focus entirely on his education. Much appreciated. We get Shinzo in the second year, which will probably be in 50 or so, maybe even 75 chapters, who knows. But I'm glad we're going to be getting more Shinzo in the future. Okay, so they left the meeting room. We are with Present Mike and Aizawa. That Shinzo is a lot like you back in the day, don't you think? Even Present Mike is picking up on the similarities between the two. Did you see yourself in him, Aizawa? Or maybe Shirakumo?
Now you have my attention.
Is that the guy in last chapter's flashback? The guy with young Present Mike who had like the flamey, like shaggy hair? Shirakumo. So we're gonna be diving a bit more into Aizawa's past, it looks like. If you have something to say, make it quick. I've got some business to take care of. So Aizawa's just shrugging that aside if it's like it's nothing. Nothing much, just reminiscing about the past. So that was very short right there. Going to the teacher's dorm, and we got little Eri right here. She looks so cute right there.
Adorable.
It's the dark face of UA. She's talking about Monoma. I don't even have to turn the page. The dark face of UA. She has to be referring to Monoma. Is that her nickname for him? It is. And Monoma is just brushing it off. Ha ha ha. Whatever is this girl talking about? I have not the faintest. And we got my boy Mirio there too. During the culture festival, I told her that's who you were. So that was the nickname Mirio gave him. It's true, he said it in volume 19, page 103. Mirio's harsh, isn't he? I'm definitely gonna have to go back and just see where Mirio called him the dark face of UA. I'll have you know that I follow the path of justice, same as you. And Deku's just off to the side like, huh? What exactly is going on here? And then Aizawa walks up. Hey Midoriya, Togata, sorry for calling you out here. I had a request of Monoma, but unfortunately, the combination of Eri's delicate mental state and Monoma's, well, everything would be pretty terrible. So anyway, come on in. He needed backup. He needed the people that Eri felt safe around while also having Monoma there. Honestly, what kind of fiend do you take me for? Okay, so Monoma did copy Eri's quirk. He grew a horn in the same exact spot. It's a dud. So he wasn't able to copy the power. I'm afraid I won't be of any use, Eraser. So he copied the horn, but not the power. It's another dud, just like One for All. Is that so? Too bad. You had him copy Eri's quirk, but what for? And Monoma, what do you mean by dud? She's the same type as you. I presume you have the type of quirk that stores power, correct? So stockpiling quirks. Monoma can't copy them exactly. And we got an example with Fat Gum right here. When I copy a quirk, I copy its nature. But when it's the type of quirk that accumulates one thing or another and converts it to energy, I'm unable to copy the accumulation itself. The prerequisite for his quirk is accumulated fat. Even if Monoma copies it, it won't be nearly as effective because Monoma himself has a slim build. Okay, that makes sense actually. It happens every once in a while. That's the reason why I wasn't able to use your true power even though I copied your quirk. If it weren't for that, Monoma would have exploded. Dodged a bullet there, so yeah, that would have been really bad because you know Monoma would have broken a limb or two, or all of his limbs, if he could actually use One for All the same way Deku did. But why did you have him try and copy it? Even if Eri becomes able to activate her quirk again, as long as she doesn't know how to use it, we could easily have a repeat of last time. And you don't want that. So I thought I might be able to have Monoma copy it so she could learn how it works firsthand. Then things would be a little easier on Eri. But I guess it won't be that easy. You gotta go trial by fire. It's gonna be hard, but she has to learn by a trial and error. I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
Adorable.
Oh my god, she is so cute right there. She's just like touching her horn. She looks like she's about to have tears come out of her eyes. My power only hurts people. I wish I didn't have such a bad power. And they're all like so sad around her. Eri. And then Deku gets down to her level. Don't you remember, Eri? You haven't just hurt people. I mean, you did save Deku, and he called it a very kind and gentle quirk. You saved me, didn't you? That's right. It's not the power, it's how you use it. Like, take a knife for example. Sure, it's dangerous, but the better it cuts, the more delicious food you can make. So I think your power is absolutely wonderful. You're just like him. Even so, this power is my ally, and she's getting a smile on her face. One day, I'll make it my own. You're right. I'll do my best. I'll master its power too, no matter what. I'll master one for all. They share the same determination, and that is the end of chapter 217, and it looks like we're on break next week, which I'm kind of glad that we are, because I did see, or like the comment notes from last week's chapter, that Horikoshi has been sick for like the past 3 weeks, and he's still been providing really good chapters. So any break that Horikoshi can get, I'm glad that he is getting. But I was also told that we have some brief comic strips at the end of this chapter. So let's see what we got here. Tetsu Tetsu, Tetsu Tetsu, the Man of Steel. He ain't no Superman. The most hot-blooded member of Class B. His quirk is steel. He can change his entire body, or just part of it, to metal. Okay, so the first one is Rust. During the joint training exercise, your ice and fire won't work on me, Todoroki. Wait, what? Now you're using water? It's salt water. Okay. He's using salt water. No! I'm gonna rust. And Todoroki's chasing Tetsu Tetsu. Oh, that's really funny. But at first I actually thought that he was kind of combining his fire and ice to melt the ice and kind of shoot it as water. But no, he's just holding a water bottle full of salt water, and he's trying to rust Tetsu Tetsu like the Tin Man. Very funny. Let's see what the next one is. Tetsu Tetsu, Tetsu Tetsu. Hey Tetsu Tetsu, got a minute? So we got Kendo and Tetsu. Hello? Tetsu Tetsu? Earth to Tetsu Tetsu? Hey, are we on a first name basis now? Itsuka? You know I was calling you by your last name, right? What? Don't mislead me like that. Your name is what's misleading. It is true. It's like, are you referring him by last name or first name whenever you say Tetsu Tetsu? Maintenance. Man, that training was tiring. Let's recharge in the baths at the dorm. I sure was sweaty after that combat training. Tetsu Tetsu, your body soap smells kind of weird. Yeah, but for me, this stuff is the best. Try some, Monoma. I'm pretty sure that's not meant for humans. He's using rust away. That's like what you would use on cars or other metal objects. But he's using it on his skin when he activates his quirk. Oh, these are just really nice, funny, short comic strips. I love having them. But that's the end of the chapter right there, guys. So, that right there is the end of chapter 217. We had a lot crammed within this chapter. We had everything with Bakugo, Deku, and All Might, their conversation. I'm glad we got that, but it kind of seems that like Deku has a mental lock right now. He has to practice locking and unlocking that quirk, so that's really cool developments, and I can't wait to see how Deku develops with his confidence and learning how to control One for All. We also have some Todoroki and Endeavor developments moving forward to where he is finally going to his father and he's going to be training to learn this Flash Fire ultimate move. So I'm excited for that. We also have more teases with the Aizawa backstory with this Shikakuma character guy. And then, of course, Monoma copying Eri's quirk and also coming to learn the limitations on Monoma's quirk, that he cannot really copy stockpile-like abilities to where he can copy that ability, but it just starts at ground zero. So with that, guys, that right there is my live reaction to chapter 217 of My Hero Academia. But now I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on the developments that we had within this latest chapter. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you guys want to talk more about My Hero Academia outside of YouTube, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon. That way you guys can get alerted whenever a video goes up on my channel. And if you guys want to talk more about MHA outside of YouTube, feel free to follow me over on Twitter. A link to my Twitter account can be found in the description down below. But that's going to do it for me here, guys. So until 2 weeks from now, when we have chapter 218 of My Hero Academia, I'll talk to you guys next time. But remember, go beyond, plus ultra.